Hi. So I wanted to do a video on if it fits your macros. I'm doing this video primarily because I'm helping a couple individuals with starting off with their weight loss, and I've been preaching tracking macros, but I find that a lot of people actually don't really know what that is or how to do so. I'm also starting the Katie Hearn Spring Challenge here on Monday, and reading through the comments and stuff like that, I find a lot of people are really confused about meal plans and macros and what you're supposed to do. So I just kind of wanted to explain it a little bit. So if it fits your macros, it pretty much gives you the opportunity to eat what you want as long as you track it, and as long as you meet these certain macros, then you're still going to be making progress. Honestly, I've lost about 25 to 30 pounds by tracking my macros and going to the gym. I haven't done it like super like religiously or like taken it 100% seriously, but if I honestly did, my like progress would have been a lot quicker. But there's a lot of things that I'm still learning about macros and the things that I can do with it, and it's really like I'm starting to fall in love with it. So, your macros basically consist of carbs, proteins, and fats. And depending on what your goal level is, like if you're trying to lose like 40 pounds, or you're trying to lose 20 pounds, or you're trying to lose 10 pounds, depending on how much you want to lose, or if you're trying to gain weight or anything like that, you have a different set of macros. So one set of macros for a girl like your size may not work at all for you, even though you guys are the same height, weight, blah, 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 blah. So different macros work for different people. It's why like you pick out one macro, you stick with it for 2 weeks, and if your weight doesn't change, you're not seeing the progress that you want, then you adjust it. So a lot of people don't really understand the concept of tracking your food or how you're supposed to do that, and the certain grams of things. So it's like, okay, I need to eat like personally, I need to eat 170 grams of carbs, and that doesn't mean that I'm eating 170 grams of rice. Some people like to think that, but that's not true. So what it actually is every single thing that you eat has a different set of nutritional values. So like an apple is obviously going to have different macros than an egg. So you're constantly trying to eat all these different things to try and fit this puzzle and make your macros work. So I find that the easiest way for me to do that is when I go to the grocery store, I will go and buy everything that I want to eat for that week. So I'm going to get a couple sources of protein, I'm going to get a couple sources of fat, I'm going to get a couple sources of carbs, and once I'm done my groceries, pick everything that I want to eat. Like, you can eat whatever you want. Obviously, the smarter choices that you make are going to affect your body differently than poor choices. But once you've gotten everything that you wanted, you bring it home, you download the MyFitnessPal app. But first, you got to find your macros. So if you go online and you Google if it fits your macros or a macro calculator, I personally like using, there's a website called iifym.com, and they have a calculator on there where you can put in your weight, your age, your activity level, all that stuff, and find your macros. So once you find that, and once you've downloaded the MyFitnessPal, there's a goals tab in your MyFitness app, and you put in what those calories that your macros gave out to you. And MyFitnessPal, unless you pay for it, won't give you the specific like it won't allow you to put in the grams that you want for your carbs, fats, proteins. So just go as close as you can, and then just memorize the macros that you have and just try to hit those all the time, even if it doesn't line up with MyFitnessPal. So once you get all your foods and whatnot, I personally like to put everything that I've bought that either can't be scanned or anything like that into the My Foods part. And so it just helps because when I'm trying to make a plan for what I'm going to eat for the next couple of days, all I need to go is just go to My Foods, put in a serving of that, and then try to work around it. It's a lot easier than it sounds. For those who are in relationships or you're cooking or feeding more than just yourself, it gets a little bit hard, and at times I found it a little bit confusing, so I just didn't cook for the other person, I just cooked for myself. But now I found my recipe tab or whatever, and so what you do is you find your favorite recipe or the recipe that you want to use, and you have to put in all the ingredients, how much of the ingredients that you're using, and you put it all in, and then once you're done making it, or you can kind of guess how many servings it's going to make, you put that in, and at the end of it, when you're done with all of that, it will tell you exactly what the macros are for one serving. And that helps because if you're making a whole lasagna and you only want like a piece of it, if you know how big the servings are, then you know how much you can eat and what the macros are for that serving. And that makes it really, really easy because then you can actually eat what you want still and still know exactly what's in it. That's why it's better than like eating out and stuff like that, right? You don't know what's actually in all those other foods. If you're making your own food and making your own recipes, you know exactly what is going into it. That's pretty much the gist of it. It is a little bit confusing at first, but it's honestly a lot easier than it seems, and once you get the hang of it, you won't be able to stop doing it. Now, like for me, I can eat intuitively, but it still bothers me because I want to know how much I'm eating. A lot of times we don't eat as much as we should be eating to lose weight. Like when I'm actually tracking my macros and stuff like that, I have so much food that I need to eat throughout the day. And some people don't like that you have to eat so many times. So with this macro thing, it makes it easy because you don't have to eat at any specific time. You can eat it morning, night. You can eat your meals whenever you want. Like the myth behind you can't eat after 7 p.m. You can't have carbs, whatever, is not true. You can eat whatever you want as long as you fit those macros. So if you are not the type of person who likes to eat 5 small things all day and you just like to eat like 2 big meals, you can do that. If you can fit all those macros into 2 meals, go for it. Like this is solely up to you. How you want to fit it, when you want to fit it, what you want to fit it with is all up to you. So yeah, really look into it because it has helped me out so much, and it still allows you to eat whatever you want, so you can't even say that, oh my god, I'm going on a diet, I can't eat what I want, I hate this, I hate that. No. Macros, you can eat what the frig you want and still make progress. It just takes some time because you need to buy a scale, you need to weigh your food out, you need to... Oh, good thing with tracking your food as well is that people don't really know what a portion or what a serving is supposed to be until you actually weigh it out. Half the time you're probably eating like 3 servings and you don't even know it. But that is my little bubble of information for today. If you have any questions, comment, message, text me, whatever.